We have a plot. Welcome back to the Fair Weatherman. I would like to start by sending out a massive thank you to the HeroQuest community. My latest video, What is First Light, reached a thrilling 1,000 views in 24 hours. This is a huge milestone for my channel, and I can't wait to share more HeroQuest content with you all. Let's band together to defeat Zargon and his chaotic minions. I couldn't wait to get this video out. I skipped Q from others in production to do so. But we have major First Light plot points revealed thanks to Kurgan at HeroQuest Fans. He and Ribby from Bourbon and Board Games sat down for an exciting playtest with Doug Hopkins at Gen Con. Kurgan said they had a great time watching Doug clean house as Zargon. When you get a chance, go check out his complete video, where you get to see a more detailed look on the dragon and hear Doug himself read the prologue of the quest book. I won't be adding any of his footage today, so you'll have to journey over to his channel to check it out. Today, I come to you with news of the Witch Queen Cassandria, or the news Mentor brings to the future heroes of the realm. It appears First Light may be the lost story of Sir Ragnar's betrayal of the king and the corruption of his soul. Before we get started, I want to specify that the following information is speculative. I've pieced together quests from prior releases to show you where things line up with the prologue of First Light. Here's what was read at Gen Con. I come to you today with news of the Witch Queen Cassandria. She has moved a number of her armies to the plains of death from the Ruins of Callos. Lord Tom shows me they were searching for someone, one of their own, who seems to have deflected. This rogue operative possesses a terrible ancient artifact, though I cannot glean more from that. Prince Magnus has ordered Sir Ragnar, leader of the Knights of the Realm, to scout the plains of death and determine the whereabouts of Kessandria's forces. Ragnar has valuable insight into the nature of our enemy. He was recently rescued from imprisonment from one of Kessandria's orc warlords, the reprehensible Olag. We need you, brave ones, to become the heroes of the realm, for it is for the very purpose I have trained you. I know that you are up to the task. As Doug was reading about the reveal of the Witch Queen, it dawned on me. Our heroes have faced her in the dungeon before. After digging through my Book of Lore tome, I tracked down the handful of instances where she's been mentioned. Cassandria makes her first appearance in Return of the Witch Lord, Quest 9, where she is standing guard with a company of dread warriors protecting the last gate, the passage that leads to the Witch Lord. You'll notice the quest book states that she has a potion of speed, which allows her to move 12 spaces. I'm using the US 1990 version of the quest book to show you, but very little has changed in the 2021 Avalon Hill release. What's interesting is the following advice for Zargon. If Cassandria's body points are greatly reduced, she should attempt to escape through a secret door and try to reach the spiral stairway. If she succeeds in escaping, remove her from the game board. This is where everything started to make sense. Let's look back at Quest 7, The Forgotten Legion, where we see something similar in the confrontation with Skalmor. If the heroes are destroying a lot of monsters, Skalmor should try and escape. To do this, he must reach the spiral stairway, at which he is removed from the game board. You see, it's written in each quest for Zargon to retreat both Cassandria and Skalmor from play before they are killed. If my memory is correct, there's no conclusion of these two characters in any expansion we've seen to date. The fandom has tried to rectify this by making homebrew quests concluding their story lines, but nothing has been official so far. So where does Sir Ragnar fit into this? In the reading of the prologue, we're given some key information around the time frame of First Light. It's an expand-alone, but it may also be a continuation of the original story. Prince Magnus, who we are familiar with after saving his gold from a band of Black Mountain orcs, has called on the help of our four heroes to meet up with Sir Ragnar. Along with this help, they are to track down and defeat Cassandria and her army of the undead. As you recall, Sir Ragnar was captured in Quest 2 in the initial Quest core book by Olag. We see that this story is referenced in First Light. We know he meets his doom at the hands of our heroes in Quest 3, Lair of the Orc Warlord. But what happened to Sir Ragnar? We never had an official closure to his storyline. The EU version of the Return of the Witch Lord states he becomes a traitor to the Empire. He sells out to the forces of dread, and they execute him. But how does this happen? What are the details around his betrayal? We have little information around his whereabouts until he's mentioned in Rise of the Dreadmoon. Zargon's fiendish agents run amok, led by the traitorous Sir Ragnar. Clearly, Avalon Hill did not go with the death of Sir Ragnar storyline. But could First Light be the very continuation of these three classic characters? If all this isn't convincing enough for you, check this out. At the conclusion of The Return of the Witch Lord, Mentor's epilogue states the following: "My friends, we have much to be thankful for. The army of undead remains asleep under the earth. Yet this victory could herald our downfall if we relax our efforts. Now that the enemy is weaker, we must be all the stronger. The minions of the Witch Lord who escaped will surely seek revenge on those who defeated their master. Lortrim has shown me that Skalmor, who we believe to be slain, has escaped from the Ruins of Callos with many of the Witch Lord's most powerful spellbooks. I fear that it will not be long before you have to confront Skalmor and attempt to end his threat forever." The events in First Light's prologue sync up with the prologue in The Return of the Witch Lord. The parched plains of death, the great ruins of Callos, the rogue operative that possesses the ancient artifact, Skalmor, and the Witch Lord's powerful spellbook. I believe all these signs are pointing to an epic conclusion to a classic storyline that was left open all these years. If my speculation is correct, First Light could give us a long-awaited betrayal of Sir Ragnar, the destruction of Kessandria, Skalmor, and their band of dread forces, and bring about the metaphoric First Light back to the realm. If this doesn't get you excited about this release, you've got to be working for Zargon. Like I mentioned at the start of this video, go check it out for yourself. It's from the mouth of Doug himself. I've just filled in the missing information for you. Thank you for joining me in the dungeon today. Please subscribe and tell a friend about the channel. Be on the lookout for my next video. I'm putting together a how-to on the Champions of Elethorn, a homebrew character you can make yourself. I'll walk you through the simple process and demonstrate how they are played. It's going to be a good one. As always, your very survival depends upon your ability to work together, for no true hero stands alone. Come, let the quest begin.